So some big news in the Transformer gaming world has finally surfaced, and it's one that even though all the news articles are posting this as we speak, there's a lot of information that's missing here that I'm going to cover today that's really important. So let's jump into that. The announcement that Niantic and Hasbro have partnered together to work on a real-world AR mobile game, Transformers Heavy Metal. Now, people need to remember something. Niantic was the company that was behind the Pokemon Go game, and prior to even Pokemon Go existing, the literal, skeleton prototype of what would become Pokemon Go, which also was its own separate game, exclusively by Niantic, was that of Ingress. And I remember a while back, I want to say this was early 2016, when the Pokemon Go information started to come out and we knew this game was coming. I remember downloading Ingress just to get an idea of what potentially Pokemon Go will be like. I upgraded my cell phone to a much better smartphone just to get ready for this. And when Pokemon Go debuted, it was a cultural phenomenon. People that I knew for years that couldn't even give a crap about Pokemon Go were excited about this. They were absolutely excited, and there was a time, no joke, where I was going to these hot spots in downtown Montreal, and there had to be at least 50, 60 people there, just spinning, Pokestops, getting their Pokeballs, and catching stuff. It was a cultural phenomenon. It brought people back into the Pokemon interest. It brought people who were never interested into Pokemon to start finding interest in it. Man, it just got people out there walking. And great timing by Niantic and Nintendo by doing that during the summer season, which it just opened up everything. And great community, great fun. And for the longest time, I think I went a good solid, 3-4 years playing. And then, of course, the world of 2020 happened and a lot of that slowed down. But I still have my account, still got my awesome Gengar, and everything's going on. Awesome stuff. I never made it to level 40. I think I'm at 32, 33, but I got pretty far. Either way, what does this have to do with Transformers? Well, again, they're working on a brand new game, Niantic, called Transformers Heavy Metal. And they posted some preliminary screenshots, some concept art, and a little bit of a press release here to get an idea of what's going on here. So let's read that, if you will. So they say, think Pokemon Go, but Transformers style. Niantic, Hasbro, and Tomy, the Japanese pretty much side of the Transformers and Hasbro brand with Takara Tomy, are teaming up to publish Transformers Heavy Metal, an AR game that brings Optimus Prime and Bumblebee to real life through Niantic's Lightship platform. The Lightship platform is what Pokemon Go is based on, the global platform of turning your real world and using Street View and Google Maps kind of stuff to create the world you traverse in. Transformers is the perfect franchise for AR. Battling and interacting with giant robots in a real world is an amazing experience, says Tom Hank, the CEO of Niantic. We want to live up to the high expectations of Transformer fans around the world and bring them a game unlike they've ever played before. And I am extremely intrigued by that. Let me tell you, as someone who absolutely loves Pokemon Go and just what it created from a community and just an exercise kind of standpoint, I'm very intrigued to see what they'll do here with my beloved Transformer brand. I continue. In Transformers Heavy Metal, players will join the Guardian Network, a group of humans who have banded together to work with the Autobots in the war against the Decepticons. As a Guardian, players will uncover hidden regions on Earth and find resources and battle Decepticons in a turn-based battle, either solo or with a friend. So it sounds like it's going to be Pokemon Go. You're probably going to find Energon deposits, and then those Energon deposits will give you different kinds of stuff, whether it be currency or, items and everything like that. Think Pokeballs, think, all kinds of the extra stuff that Pokemon Go would have in terms of how it affects, how you have encounter rates and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that then leads into you probably battling Decepticons and maybe defeating those Decepticons would then unlock other Autobot. It sounds like you could only be one faction right now, but you probably unlock other Autobots, and then you could, upgrade those Autobots. And again, turn-based That's interesting because Pokemon Go, when they did introduce fighting, it was sort of more of a real time mixed with kind of a turn base. It was, it wasn't exactly like how Pokemon was with its handheld brand up to that point. So it's interesting to say the least how they're going to go about that. I continue. With a planned global launch later this year, Transformers Heavy Metal will enter a soft launch in select market regions soon. Tomy is Niantic's partner, will release it in Japan, and the Seattle-based Very Very Spaceship will be the leading development of the game. Now then, there's a lot to unpack there. When Pokemon Go first came out, it was actually available in Japan first, and I remember when it first made its Japanese debut, there was a way as a Westerner to circumvent around that. Essentially, you just installed a Japanese iTunes or Google Store account or whatever, downloaded the game, and then you could just play the Japanese version. And then when the Western version would come out, your account was transferable to that. So I'm pretty sure some kind of shenanigans could happen with that too. So I'm going to definitely be paying attention to what's happening on those select market regions and the Japanese version first, and then we'll see what happens with that. Just going to say that out loud right now. It says here, Lightship is Niantic's planet-scale AR platform, setting the standard for AR. Real-time, this is stuff that's really more for investors and people who aren't familiar with the companies. They're just pretty much saying what the Lightship thing is, which is, if you played Pokemon Go, you already know what it is. It's their global AR network and everything like that. Just picture a Transformer skin put over it. For more information, go to transformersheavymetal.com, and then you can visit the website, and there's, screenshots and stuff like that. It looks exciting. It literally, when you look at it, it looks like Transformers meets Pokemon Go. We have one screenshot here where we have Bumblebee facing off against a very Cybertron Dirt Boss looking, and by Cybertron, I mean the 2006 toy line and series, 2005-2006 series. Very Cybertron Dirt Boss colored Shadow Striker. Doesn't even look like the female character, but sure. I like what I see here. I like what I see. You got on the other screenshot, we have what looks like Skywarp and, I don't know, the two generics there. Some kind of red big boy Decepticon and some kind of blue car or motorcycle Decepticon and some guy waving in the back. Kind of looks like Bulkhead. But I like the idea. It's almost Pokemon with robots because, you're a human. You're part of this Guardian network. You're going to have some kind of Autobot with you. Hopefully more than just Bumblebee. Hopefully there'll be a good variety. Let me chill with Hot Rod. That'd be pretty cool. And you're just traveling around, kicking butt and taking names. Now, that's all the information that they pretty much put here in the press release. There, when you go to the website, there isn't much more extra outside of that. They just pretty much say, to join the Guardian Network if you want to get in on this early, which, again, I would suggest if you are interested in this, which I'm pretty sure if you're listening to my podcast, you are. But the big thing here that they failed to mention, which is really important, is that a very important figure within the Transformer world has been working with Niantic and Pokemon Go for many years now. And who is that person? And that is Flint Dilly. Now, Flint Dilly, for people who aren't familiar, was one of the writers and story editors during Generation 1. He wrote Prime Target. He was the one instrumental behind the Quintesson origin story, Five Faces of Darkness Part 1 to 5. He was the script consultant for the Transformers 1986 movie. When you watch the 86 movie, he's actually on the audio commentary for that because he was such a big part of that. And, of course, he was also the script consultant and an executive script consultant for, Generation 1, Season 1 to 3, depending on stuff. And, of course, he'd go on to do comic book stuff with IDW, with the, I think it was Autocracy and Monstrosity and Primacy, all those little trade paperback books. And most importantly, from the video game Transformer world, let's talk about the two fusions of those. He was behind the absolutely fantastic first Transformers movie game, which was the DS version, the Autobot Decepticon, which still to this day I feel is an incredible Transformer game for the DS. It's just, I can't celebrated enough. It's an extremely cheap game in the secondary market, and it's super fun to play. Great voice acting, great storytelling. You are your own Autobot in the 2007 movie. Customize, play along, amazing. He was behind that. And all those other games, the Dark of the Moon ones, the Revenge of the Fallen, all those fell off afterwards. But Flint was part of that first one, and it was incredible. So Flint is this powerhouse that was behind Transformers for many years in some of its greatest moments, and he's been working with Niantic all this time during the Pokemon Go stuff. So I'm going to say this now. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say this now. This man is going to probably have a hand in the Transformer heavy metal game here. For sure, 200%. His familiarity with the brand, and considering that right now with Niantic, he's a creative lead with that company, with Pokemon, with everything. He's going to be a creative lead with heavy metal. I feel that this fusion of these two things together is no coincidence. It's definitely something where Flint, but when he was with Pokemon Go and doing that stuff, was probably going like, hey, we could do something like this with the Transformers brand. And I'm pretty sure he put out an olive branch to Hasbro and said, hey, we could do something together and make Transformers even bigger than it already is, because look what Pokemon Go did for Pokemon. It brought so many people back, and it just created this whole community and stuff. And I would love to see the same thing that happened to Pokemon Go happen to Transformers, because that would be a whole new boon for an already big brand. But Pokemon Go was a big brand, and it got even bigger with Pokemon Go. I'd love to see the same thing here with Transformers Heavy Metal. This is exciting news. This could be a real watershed moment in a lot of ways for the brand in a whole different way. I mean, you would think, like, during the movies, like, that peak 2009, 2010, the brand really hit a worldwide phenomenon kind of thing. And of course, prior to that with Beast Wars in 97 and the peak of G1 in about mid-1985. I'm telling you, this could be something really big. It really can be. And it's not just like some third-party company making their own little bootleg Pokemon Go with Transformers. This is Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, getting behind the Transformers brand on an official capacity with one of the key creators of the Transformers brand during that movie era, 1985, 1986 development, who has a really good grasp of the lore. There's a lot of meat on the bone here, and it could lead to a lot of big things. Again, check it out, transformersheavymetal.com. Start signing up to get ready to join the Guardian Network, as they call it, so you could get on this early. And get hyped about this, because there's a lot more here than meets the eye.